Okay, let's restart the game. It should work now. Ooh, I'm doing a damage damage.
Time to take you down to size.
Droid toxin enter. No. Okay, no, the dialogue should not be muted.
This door's magnetically sealed. I can't believe this. The ship's right out there and we can't get to it.
Okay, what? The console?
Huh? What is that piece of junk saying?
He said he can open the door to the hangar. He just needs to access the hangar terminal up on the platform.
How can you even understand that noise?
I served with a lot of utility droids in the, well, many years ago.
Alright, well, if he can slice the door open from the terminal above, don't let me stop him. Just say the word.
Yeah, previously we were missing the part, but now we have the part that was surgically removed here, but now we have it. Replace the hangar control power conduit to open the door.
More where that came from. More where that came from. Time to even the odds.
Ah, there were additional, more droids. Ton of these guys. And there's more there, mines. Okay, I think this is the place where we need to come if we want to progress.
More where that came from. More where that came from.
We're going to temporarily retreat a bit. Just so we can loot up, regenerate a bit.
I hear you. Let me take care of this. Pure Bazak.
We got some droid upgrades. Computer use, security, demolition support. Okay, computer use. Demolitions. And repair. Sneak attack 4. You don't need demolitions, we need security. And let's say stealth. I'm going to solo mode. I don't want these guys to run into the mines. Now you can run into the mines.
More where that came from. More where that came from.
I'm using T3 to command T3 because the computer doesn't seem to be using this special ability that he has at all when he commands it. So just makes more sense. We can get better advantage of the abilities we have this way.
Time to even the odds.
It looks like deadly gas again. Decontamination console. Warning, decontamination system active. We're better off using computer sparks because T3 can produce them on demand. So slice the system. Access remote camera. Let's look at the chamber. We need to do something about that. Attempt to shut down the decontamination system. Open decontamination chamber. So we spend what? 6 programming sparks on that. And we got everything back, so maybe there's a limit to how many times it'll work, but for now at least it seems we can do infinite hacking, at least to a limited scale with T3 on board. Insulated gloves. I don't think Ashen has gloves, so take insulated gloves. We're gonna search around, looking for loot.
Just say the word. Let me take care of this. Pure Bazak.
It's empty. At least it seems that there's a few item locations here, so I do want to go and check them.
Let me take care of this. Pure Bazak.
Yeah, we don't really have even a single good item on some of the equipment slots, so every little bit helps at this point. It also helps because it seems like all the extra items can be turned into components for other upgrade items. So everything really helps. That is. Okay, let's be free to escape. Let's go. This is the loading ramp to the Ebon Hawk. Once aboard, you'll be leaving the mining facility for good. That is exactly the plan. Enter.
Quick! We're gonna need some time to fire up the engines. Let's give the laser turret a workout.
Who's attacking us? If you want to haul for experience, it's better to let all of these guys attack. Board the vessel. Because I can't get any experience out of them here, or loot out of here. But I can if I let them board the ship. So let me demonstrate. There's nothing negative about just letting them come here. It sort of makes no in-game logic, but it's the reason why a lot of people play these games is to function as a character development simulator to gain experience, gain loot. So it makes no sense for them to kill any of these because it doesn't advance that purpose in any way. On the other hand, letting them board the ship will give you a ton of experience and you can loot new equipment. So there's only positive sides to letting them board the ship, which is but it's the way the game designers don't really understand how part of the
We've got company.
Although don't care why part of the player base plays these games. 24 seats assault troopers remain. They don't play these games to roleplay in a sense, they play them to see numbers grow on their character sheets, gain new abilities, and dominate over the NPC opponents. Which can be very fun. At least for a while. Everyone should have some kind of energy field. Oh yeah.
More where that came from.
23.
More where that came from. More where that came from. More where that came from.
There's a ton of them.
Time to even the
How
odds.
much do we get from each? In experience. $175, so that's thousands of points of experience. piloting the board here. The equipment you get is sort of a random. I wouldn't let them board for the equipment. Might get a few crappy items here and there, but nothing really worthwhile. You get something. Yeah, double-bladed sword.
Everyone down! More where that came from. More where that came from.
That's 150 per kill. Still quite a nice amount.
More where that came from.
So 2 paths remain. Where the hell is everybody anyway? Well, we did get a level up out of this, so something not a waste of time. And at least a single item. Something that we can turn into components. Ooh. Credits. So a little bit of money, a little bit of items we can turn into components. And a ton of experience. Am I the only one who came up here? One remains. Ooh, there remains there. Prepare. Pray for us. And an Arcanian Sonic Blaster. Ooh. Something really good, potentially. It's 4 to 12 points of damage, attribute damage on hit, attack modifier non-upgradable. This is a great weapon. Probably worked quite a bit.
Alright, let's get out of here!
Okay, Jesus Christ. Kreia, your hand, what happened?
There is no time. We must leave.
If they hit us, we're dead. But if they keep missing us, we're dead. It's great odds. Somebody shut that trash compactor up.
Can you jump to hyperspace?
Not with all these asteroids around us. We'd enter hyperspace in pieces. We have to clear that field first. Thing is, we clear the field and they're gonna have a clear shot at us.
Isn't there anything we can do?
I'm doing all I can, and that's not enough. What'd you do to make these guys so mad? Well, either they hit us and destroy us, or they hit an asteroid and make the whole field go nova.
Just do your best to keep your distance. We'll get out to see it.
What are the asteroids? They can be destroyed by us as well as them, can they not?
That'll take out the whole field, the colony, and maybe us. We might not even be able to jump to hyperspace in time.
Then we die here. Choose now.
Yep. There's got to be another way. I don't believe for a moment that anyone's alive at the facility, but it's a huge risk starting to blow up those asteroids. We're in the middle of them in the field. We can be destroyed with them. So keep evading until we clear the field, and we'll try to jump to hyperspace.
Hold on! This is gonna get a little rocky. Well, now that we just killed a planet, maybe one of you can tell me what's going on. Because between assassin droids, a Sith Lord that looks like he sleeps with vibroblades, and being target practice for a Republic warship, I was better off in my cell.
The Republic warship was the Harbinger. It was seized on its way to Telos by the Sith. They sought you, Jedi.
Why are the Sith looking for me?
Because you are the last of the Jedi. Once you are dead, then they have won.
But I was exiled from the Order. I dislike this. Because I, as a player, have no clue what has happened in the past. But now I'm supposed to answer these people. I should have been given at least some kind of a text scroll or something to explain why I'm not part of the Order anymore. Something. It's pretty important part of clearly the plot. So why am I the only one who doesn't know what the hell is going on here? Because I don't know, should I be telling them? What can I tell them? Am I lying or not with these dialogues options? Should I get mad about them? I have no clue. I'm going with I'm not a Jedi not any longer. Well, but I am a Jedi, so that seems stupid. Okay, I was exiled from the Order. I have no idea if I have been exiled or not, but apparently I have been.
Exile or not, the Sith believe you to be a Jedi Knight, and that is all that matters.
What the hell happened to the Jedi?
The Jedi Civil War destroyed the Jedi. By the war's end, barely 100 Jedi remained. Many fell in battle, and many more were seduced by Revan's teachings.
But there must have been people who survived. What happened to them?
Many Jedi blamed the teachings of the Jedi Masters for Revan's fall, and the civil war that followed. The Jedi Academy on Dantooine is nothing more than a crater that echoes with the ghosts of dead Jedi, and the Jedi Temple on Coruscant lies empty. The waters in the Room of 1,000 Fountains have fallen still, in reverence to the fallen Jedi, and those now lost.
If any survivors still live, we need to warn them. That seems ridiculous because I'm the one out of the loop. Anyone who's been living here has to be better aware of things than I am, so they're not gonna be needing any warning. They already, either they're dead or they know to be careful. I don't want to say all Jedi are dead, good riddance. That seems. I have no reason, at least as a player at the moment, to say that. The third option is I heard enough, none of this interests me, but that's ridiculous too. They're after my life, of course it interests me. So, which one of the bad dialogue options do we pick? I'll pick I've heard enough. I'll pretend that none of this interests me text is there.
My wound pains me. If you have other questions, find me in the crew quarters. There we will speak more.
Hey, don't stop your long, boring rants on my account. I was just getting sleepy-eyed.
Also in private, we will be mercifully free from the opinions of imbeciles and fools.
Look, not like I care or anything, but you might want to go check on our passenger, especially with that hand of hers.
Yeah, you're right, she may need help. Can you handle things up here?
We're on autopilot until we hit Telos. Until then, a droid could fly this thing. Besides, I think our passenger could use your help.
What makes you say that? Well, outside the obvious that she's had her hand cut off. Yeah, I'll go check on her then. I do want to go through the journal a bit. Is there a separate journal? Okay, you have been out of touch with galactic events since the Mandalorian Wars. You should try to discover what has happened in the galaxy since your exile. Astrea will know more once you have escaped Paragus. But the problem is, I would like to know what the hell happened during and before the Mandalorian Wars. What the hell happened to me? This is it feels like if I hadn't played the first game, it feels like I'm playing the. If I just played the second game first, I would assume that this was my character in the first game too. So that's why I don't really. The game is basically expecting me to have played the first game and know these things. That's why it's not telling me, explaining them. But that's not the truth. It just doesn't say anything about plot critical things. You don't have to say much. Just sort of outline what happened. Write down the facts. Although I do find it sort of distressing that since it is a central part of the plot, I should have my character should have some experience with that. It's not that everything is linked to an event that is crucial to the character, but I as a player have no knowledge about, no experience about, no connection to that. It's like I have to work with basically nothing and make things up in my own mind, because the game gives me shit all to work with. Fucking wisdom. We could go to Constitution 14. I'm inclined to do that, even though it's not exactly in our advantage. Reason is simply I want access to the better implants. I want critical hit immunity. It's not too important when you fight trash, but imagine fighting a tough boss fight, for example, and having to deal with hits that to maybe even 50 points per damage per hit, versus if you have critical immunity and they do something like 20 or below. It's a huge difference in your ability to handle that damage. On the other hand, that's the only real reason why I would be going up game the system. Otherwise I would definitely invest in charisma or wisdom. Ooh, high charisma also improves your companion's chance to hit. Huh. Okay, I'm going with charisma because I noticed another thing. When using force powers of an opposing alignment, character with a high charisma can use dark side powers with less of a penalty, and vice versa naturally if you're on the dark side. So that's a good reason to raise charisma to 16, and I want to be a manipulator, so it supports my character too. So yeah, I'll raise the charisma to 16, then we'll think about where to invest next. It's actually 16 now, because I get +1 from the armor. Persuade, awareness, and treat injury. I'm thinking of going with the disabled droid ability. I'm not sure how many droids we're going to encounter, but so far we encountered a ton of them. Or turrets or something like that. And destroy droids is simply a great way to get rid of them. Those force lightning though. Yeah, I think... Which level is this? 8? Okay, I'll take the wound. Because on the next level I can get choke. Charisma 16. I want to talk to T3 too. Where is he? This looks like the remains of an HK unit, but older and more corroded than the one you encountered on Peragus. Its power core still carries a charge, but a number of critical parts appear to be missing. Diagnose the droid. It looks as if this droid is missing 4 critical components: processor, droid chassis, control cluster, and vocabulator. We could take the vocabulator we got from the HK unit we killed and put it in. It's not gonna do much until we get the other parts. Step away. Also, there was a bug, if I recall correctly, once upon a time. I'm sure it's been repaired, but I don't want to take the chance. It was, I think, when you kill the... No, there was certain things even shopkeepers can provide the necessary parts, but the thing is, it randomly picked a part from the parts you didn't have in your inventory. So if you had put in some parts, you could get them as a get them again. So you were in a situation that you didn't want to put in any parts until you had all 4. That ensured that every time you had a chance to randomly get a HK part, it would have been something that you didn't have already. So you would also always be guaranteed to get a new part that was missing. So that's why I'm not going to install anything in there. I'm sure it's been repaired. It's a pretty big problem. It might have been repaired in one of the official patches. I just didn't bother to read through them. So, and there's no, I'm not getting anything from putting the parts in there, so it's not like I'm giving up on anything. Just a precaution. Mapping out the ship. T3. Do you know where that HK droid in the cargo bay came from? Influence failure. So no. Fine. One of those droids only tried to kill us on Paragus, you know. Okay. You look like you've suffered a lot of damage over the years. How much? So, you lost a lot of programs in your behavioral core in addition to damage to your frame. Okay, I think you have skills you can upgrade him. That's probably computer use and repair. I don't have computers and my repair is crap. And you can't use companion skills to do this, so there are significant differences what you can do based on what your main character can do. I'm sure you'll gain that skill back. But to have you along, I'm trying to manipulate him too. I might be able to get the initial repair done though. You need some routine maintenance, let's see. To influence success. Let's see if we can do it. No, we couldn't. Whoops. Yeah, maybe the job was a little tougher than I thought. Yeah, we'll try again when I've trained my skill a little more. We are not going to train repair too much more, so T3 is basically an inferior companion for us. We'll use his skills at certain places, but we're not going to keep him in the party. Makes no sense. Pinhole container. Infiltration gloves. Oh. Should I roll? I dislike the Sonic Nullifier look, so I'm not going to use that. And Sonic attacks are fairly rare. The mining colony was an exception.
Have you come for more answers? There is little more left to give.
Hmm. When you lost your hand, I felt it too.
That does not surprise me, any more than you hearing my thoughts when we were apart. The pain, however, was unexpected. If I could, I would have shielded you from it.
Hmm. If I felt the loss of your hand, what would have happened if you had died?
I do not know. I fear that the consequences would have been more extreme.
Would it have been lethal?
Possibly, yes, and I fear it works both ways. I would not wish to test it, nor should you.
Hmm. This link is a threat to me and an inconvenience. We need to separate.
If you think a connection to one such as yourself gives me any comfort, then you would be wrong. I desire this no more than you do. It seems that at times of stress and pain, if they catch us unawares, then the pain is transmitted between us.
Does our connection have any advantages?
It seems the force flows easily between us. When one of us manipulates the force to heal or strengthen ourselves, the other is aided as well.
You and Kreia possess the Force Chain special ability. When either of you uses a force power on yourself, the other gains the benefit as well.
A powerful technique indeed, though, as we have noticed, it has its drawbacks.
Hmm. Yeah, when we were on Peragus, I could feel the force again. Yeah, I'd like to get filled in on what's been happening. Can you tell me what has happened since the Mandalorian Wars?
Much has happened in the galaxy in your absence, and since the defeat of the Mandalorians at Malachor 5.
Hmm. You know, well, I'll go through the history lesson. I need to know something to get a solid grip on what my character has been through the Mandalorian Wars.
It is a tale you already know well. Almost a decade ago, the Mandalorians began preying on the Republic, bringing the fires of war to many planets along the Outer Rim. Their predations continued, winning victory after victory, until the Republic finally begged the Jedi Council for aid.
But only some Jedi Knights answered the call like I did.
Indeed, the Jedi Council counseled caution and patience to assess the Mandalorian threat as the Outer Rim burned.
Revan and Malak refused to wait.
Two Jedi Knights, Revan and Malak, defied the Jedi Council. They challenged the Mandalorian fierceness and brutality on the battlefield with a viciousness of their own. Revan's entrance into the conflict marked the true beginning and end of the war. It was Revan who drove the Mandalorians back into the unknown regions.
Until we destroyed them at Malachor 5.
Yes, I have heard tales of Malachor 5 and Revan's part in it. I know you served there in that final battle. It must have been a terrible thing.
Many Jedi died at Malachor 5, and the conflict split the Jedi Order.
You speak the truth. The war's end was merely another beginning, and what seemed a victory for the Republic was far from it. Many believed the Mandalorians defeated at Malachor 5, but the Mandalorians taught the Jedi much through battle, and so it was that Malak, Revan, and the Jedi that followed them discovered their true natures in the Mandalorian Crusade. But you know this.
Yeah. And battles must be fought. I'm not sure I agree with that. I agree with the part that it's not Revan's failing. War had consumed them. Yeah, sure, I felt them fall. The war had consumed them.
Consumed them? No. Taught them. Defined them, yes. As Revan and Malak fought the Mandalorians in battle after battle, they grew to despise weakness, just as the Mandalorians did. In the end, the Mandalorians had taught them through conflict, shaped the Jedi, and turned them into a weapon against the Republic.
What happened next?
Revan and Malak, and all the Jedi that served them, turned against the Republic and the Jedi Order. Jedi fought Jedi. Revan was ambushed by the Jedi and captured. Malak continued to wage war in his master's place, inflicting terrible wounds on the Republic. Wounds that bleed still.
What happened to Malak?
As all Sith do without a strong enemy, the Sith turned on each other. Revan escaped the Jedi and returned to finish Malak, and that was the end of the Jedi Civil War.
What happened to Revan?
After defeating Malak, Revan left the Republic, and there are none who know where he has gone. It is said that the Sith remnants turned on themselves after Revan defeated Malak, reducing Korriban to ruin as the Republic still bleeds and struggles for life. Where Revan wanders now, I do not know.
Saying Revan abandoned the war.
It would seem that way from a certain point of view, perhaps. The Jedi Civil War left wounds that have yet to heal. We shall see if the Republic has the strength to survive.
I'm not sure I want to give an opinion on that. I don't feel like we need to do all we can to make sure the Republic can recover. I don't think it deserves to die either. Or do I think it should have been crushed? So I'll just move on to some other questions.
Ask, and I will answer.
Yeah, I need to know more about the Sith hunting us.
These Sith, they seek the death of all Jedi, as have all the Sith, since the Jedi Order was first split.
Okay, the first split.
Yes, the Jedi Civil War is not the first one of its kind. Thousands of years ago, the Jedi had another civil war that split the Order. It was a terrible thing. A faction among the Jedi abandoned the teachings of the Order, following their own path. They waged war on their fellow Jedi, a war that raged across the galaxy. But these fallen Jedi were cast out, defeated, and they retreated to worlds in the Outer Rim. Over time, they took on the mantle of the Lords of the Sith, but in their hearts they never forgot the Jedi. The hatred for the Jedi Order burns in their veins like fire and echoes in their teachings. Revan tasted it, as Malak did.
But these seats seem different.
In a manner of speaking, they are different from Malak in that they are concerned only with the destruction of the Jedi. For them, it is all that matters, all that ever mattered. It is a different war these Sith wage, a thing of silence and shadow. They strike from the darkness, hiding from the face of the galaxy until all Jedi are exterminated. After all the Jedi are gone, then the galaxy is theirs, no matter whether the Sith or the Republic rules. It is the dark side that shall reign, unchecked.
I've never seen Sith assassins like those on the Harbinger. They were pretty pathetic. Okay, the Sith on Paracus knew some Force techniques, but they were extremely weak.
I believe them to be the result of special teachings. Their apparent weakness against you is evidence of this. Those Sith assassins can sense their prey through the Force. It is like a hunger. They feed and grow stronger when they are near Force sensitives. The stronger their prey is in the Force, the deadlier they become. As long as you were cut off from it, you were able to evade their sight. But after Paragus, I fear that you will be no longer shielded from their eyes, or the eyes of their masters. The stronger you grow, the more will come. Ask, and I will answer.
So, what do we do now?
I do not know. The Sith struck more swiftly than I thought, and they will not stop until they have you in their grasp. If you fall, all the galaxy will echo it.
Hmm. Can't keep running until they catch us.
It does not matter where we go. It is not the destination that matters. It is the journey. All paths will take us to the end, whatever it may be, and no matter how strongly we fight against it. For now, we are bound for Telos, and that is enough.
Enough for what?
Before the war, Jedi who failed their training were sent to the fields of Telos to serve the galaxy, not as Jedi Knights, but as farmers and laborers. The destruction of Telos was complete. I doubt any Jedi remain. Yet there may be echoes of their passing. We shall see.
And if we find no trace of Jedi teaching on Telos to help us?
Then I am left with nothing more than we had already. My faith in you and your ability to meet what comes.
This is a lot to take in at once. I need time to reflect on this.
I would see to that fool in the cockpit and remind him of our destination. I would not want him attempting to veer from Telos.
He's not a fool. He does feel odd to me.
He is a fool and an imbecile. His potential lies downwards, not up. Watch that one. His thoughts are slippery. I do not trust him, and nor should you. Such a man serves himself first, and his allies next.
I'm not quite sure where the dark side came from. I do know one thing about the dark side light side thing is if it goes too far to either way, certain things will happen in the game. It acts as a trigger, so I'm not sure since I'm usually more of a grayish. I don't try to go for the extremes of light and dark, nor do I actively try to prevent my character from going there. So if I go there, I go there. But usually it ends up bouncing between the light and dark side. So I'm not sure if I will even at any point trigger that in this game. I'd like to trigger that. I don't want to intentionally go one way or another just to do that. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. A little bit of a breather after the Paragus mining colony, so let's head to Telos and see what's happening there.
How's our passenger? She's still aging?
Cryptic as always.
What a surprise. Just so you Jedi know, the whole cryptic routine isn't mysterious, it's just irritating. If you really can see the future, you should be at the Bazak table.
Yeah, I don't think Kreia is a Jedi.
Then she must be royalty. Because she's got to be queen of the galaxy to bark out orders like that. Or maybe she's senile.
I mean, how old do you think she is? She may have been good-looking once, but it takes some hard living to make creases like that.
Hard living?
Yeah. Her face looks like it was plowed by crazed Ord Mantell farmers. Don't tell me you were too distracted by her personality to notice.
I want to ask you some questions.
Oh, no. Look, I respect your privacy. I mean, when have I ever asked you any questions? I mean, besides that one.
What did you mean about the galaxy map not being much use?
Well, the astrogation system is voice-printed and locked down, but that T3 unit is doubling as the astrogation system. You can try to plot a course, but without that T3 unit to perform the calculations, you'd probably plow us into a star. As long as he doesn't steal the ship, we should be alright.
Who voice printed the astrogation system? How would he know? Might as well. Why would someone lock the astrogation system?
Takes all kinds. Maybe someone didn't want anybody taking the ship out of the system, or knowing where the ship had been. Smugglers do it all the time in case the Republic decides to board them. Or so I hear.
Do you know anything about that assassin droid?
Not much. Except sounds like it was after you. As far as I'm concerned, you handled that pretty well. No more droid, no more problem.
What would make... I didn't go crazy. Who would build an assassin droid to come after me?
Beats me. Sounds like you're pretty popular. If it was built to hunt you down, that is. Could have been around before you even appeared on the scene.
How old do you think that model was?
Yeah, well, you got me there. Look, droids, I don't trust them. That one we fought, some of them are built like that. Others just, well, break. In the head. Sometimes conflicting orders cause it. Give a droid too much data or tell it to do something it can't do, it'll crack their behavior module in half. Others just don't get memory wipes and they start going crazy. Speaking of which, I think that little trash compactor's long overdue. Trust me, droids were made to break. And most of all, they're predictable and stupid.
Let's focus on getting to Telos for the time being.
So, what happened?
What?
Don't give me that. There were plenty of times back on Paragus where a lightsaber would have been helpful. So where's yours?
I don't know. Again, I don't like these situations where I should obviously know the answer to things, but I have no goddamn clue. Apparently, the responses seem to indicate that it was taken from me by force, against my will at least. So, but I doubt that. It seems silly. They might ask. I don't see them even asking it really. You can't be a Jedi and this then just switch things off. I'll go with the exiles aren't allowed to keep their lightsabers scrapped. I doubt that though. Jolie was allowed to keep his just left. So I don't think the council cares about what you do with your light stick.
Oh yeah? I thought a Jedi was supposed to be married to their lightsaber. Guess I heard wrong. Were you a single hilt or one of those double-bladed Jedi?
Single hill.
Huh. Figures. It wasn't red, was it?
Mm. The blade and crystal were unique.
Yeah? Unique how?
Well, it's not exactly, if I say blue, it's usually used. That's not really unique, is it? So, violet, orange, viridian. Let's go with silver. Seem to be balloon, and I'm favoring that. Maybe I wanted to color code my look, so silver, like the streams in the room of the thousand fountains on Coruscant.
Must have been something. Sure be nice to have it now. Might make those Sith think twice before coming after us.
It is no matter. It was taken from me long ago.
Alright, forget I said anything. Like I said before, you can check our course on the galaxy map if you want. It's on the wall behind you.
Fergus 2. I don't think it's available. Location inaccessible. Status facility destroyed. So Tila, Citadel Station. Climate artificially maintained. Turn space station. Seems like it's covering a large section of the planet. It has to be a massive project. Citadel Station.
Attention, this is Citadel Station Bay Control, Dock Module 126. Please remain where you are. Lieutenant Dahlgren will arrive shortly to meet you. That is all.
I don't like the sound of that. If they think we caused the explosion... Uh-oh. Here comes the welcoming party. They may not know what happened, so don't blow it.
I'm Lieutenant Gren, Telos Security Force. I'm under orders to take you into custody in regards to the destruction of the Paragus mining facility.
Are we under arrest?
You haven't been formally charged, but you will be placed under house arrest pending the results of our investigation. Due to the nature of the investigation, I have no specific timetable to offer you. In the meantime, your ship and any droids will have to be given over for safekeeping.
We don't have...
Yes, that includes you. You are a droid, so you will be detained. In addition, we will have to take your personal arms and armor until the completion of our inquiry.
Will I be able to get my gear back?
If you are cleared of any involvement, your personal effects will be returned to you. You will be held briefly in the TSF station until living quarters can be arranged, at which point you will be placed under house arrest. Do you understand?
Yeah, I do understand. I might as well cooperate. I don't carry anything really important as far as equipment is concerned, and I certainly don't intend to start fighting these guys here. I'm in trouble with the Sith already. I don't need to make enemies for no reason, so I'll cooperate.
Good. My men will relieve you of any arms and armor. Please follow me.
Tell me I'm not going to jail again.
You will be held here briefly. Living quarters are being arranged for you and your companions as we speak. Someone will return shortly to escort you to an apartment in Residential Module 082.
No. Can I ask some questions?
I've many matters to tend to. Your questions will have to wait.
Well, we might be here for a while. Might as well get comfortable.
Someone is coming. So this is the last of the Jedi. I must admit, I'm a little disappointed.
What's going on?
The Exchange has a bounty on Jedi, you know. You're worth quite a bit of money.
The Exchange, huh? I'm pretty sure some two-bit pistol jockey like yourself isn't one of them.
Hey? I'm more than skilled enough to work for the Exchange.
You bounty hunters couldn't even win a fair fight. You're the cheapest, most worthless mercenary scum in the galaxy. I'd hire a Mandalorian over your filth in a second.
No Mandalorian could match my skills. No Mandalorian could have been clever enough to infiltrate this station, taken the identity of one of the guards, then...
Then what? Overloaded our force cage fields and made it look like an accident? You probably don't even have the guts to fight me. Pathetic.
Don't think overloading your cages had not occurred to me. You're wanted alive, but I doubt anyone will care as long as I bring them your corpse.
You're wanted alive, but I doubt anyone will care as long as I bring them your corpse. They're paying the bounty for a live specimen, and you think no one will care if you kill the target. Why are you here?
Like I said, the Exchange has put out a huge bounty on Jedi. I'm just looking forward to early retirement.
You're in a TSF station. How do you expect to get away with this?
The security cameras have mysteriously shorted out. There will be no witnesses to your escape attempt, during which I'll have been forced to kill you. By the time the TSF realize I'm not one of them, I will be far from this place.
Nobody's staying right here.
Come, Jedi. It is time to die.
Hey, leave her alone. You want to fight? Then try me, if you've got the guts.
You have goaded me once, and you shall not do so twice. But I shall dispose of all of you eventually. And an old woman, a fool, and a broken Jedi are no match to my skills.
Yeah. He seriously just took us all once. Yeah, this isn't gonna last long.
Time to take you down to size.
Focus.
The security cameras up. What? What's going on here?
Man down! Quick! Call a medic!
All right, Jedi. I want you to back up slowly. Hands in front of you. Into the force cage. Cooperate, and we won't have to gun you down.
Come on, Lieutenant. They've already killed... who is that? Is that Batu Rem?
Hmm. He said he was an assassin. I could sort of taunt the security force, but I don't see anything good coming from that. Yeah, he said he was an assassin.
Rem's no assassin.
Batu Rem is on leave. He shouldn't even be on the station. This man isn't him.
So, what's going to happen now?
We've arranged for an apartment in residential module 082. You'll stay there under house arrest until our investigation of the Paragus matter is complete. You'll be under TSF protection. I'll personally clear any visitors to your quarters, and we'll investigate this incident to the best of our ability.
Yeah, I'll let the option or the chance to sort of poke at him go by. So let's go.
Officer, get Lieutenant Yima a report of this incident. She'll look into this. The rest of you come with me. We'll escort you to the apartment in 082 immediately. These will serve as your quarters for the duration of your house arrest. 2 officers will be stationed outside at all times. Again, I'll clear any visitors. There won't be another incident.
But just to be on the safe side, why don't you leave us a blaster or two?
How long will I be here?
I can't say. We have a ship examining what's left of the Paragus facility now, so your stay might be brief. We'll keep you informed.
Now, this is a step up from a force cage, at least.
If there are any problems, we'll use the wall terminal to contact you. Let's go.
This isn't good. We've got to get off this station.
Why?
What do you think the TSF is going to find at Paragus? That could bring the Sith... You know what? Forget it. As long as we're trapped here, it doesn't matter.
Kreia?
We cannot stay in any one place too long, but our path has brought us here for a reason. I must meditate on this. In the meantime, we should rest.
Yeah, you go ahead and meditate. As for me, I could use some sleep.